So hey everybody, and thanks for tuning in for another quick channel C.G.E video. Today I'm here with this John Deere 316 from the mid 80s. I don't think I've ever done a video of this before, but we've owned this for probably at least a year now. It's a really great tractor and it runs like a top. It's the Onan V-twin hydrostatic, direct shaft driven, and it has hydraulics too. It's a really awesome tractor. It's never had a full off restoration or anything like that, so it has a lot of the typical problems a tractor like this has at this point in its life. Like it's been springing leaks, needs new gaskets, stuff like that, you know, wires, plugs, whatever, new battery terminals, all that kind of stuff it needed. So today I'm actually going to be replacing the oil filter adapter gasket. I think that's what it's called, but anyway, it's the thing that goes onto the side of the engine that the oil filter goes into. There's a gasket behind it and that is leaking. It's really bad. It was really loose and I tightened up the bolts and everything and got it as tight as I could without having to pull everything apart. And it's still leaking, so I ended up getting a new gasket. It was less than 20 bucks altogether. I forgot where I got it from online, but figure might as well. I'm going to take you guys along with me as I get this job done, as always. Oh yeah, and here's the new gasket. Simple enough. Not very big, but hopefully it'll work. From what I found on online John Deere forums, this is the correct gasket. I don't have any sort of manual for this or parts manual or anything, and I can't go on Parts Tree and get John Deere parts, so it's kind of a pain. So I just am trusting the forums at this point, which is probably a bad idea. But yeah, we're gonna go for it and hopefully this will fit. If not, once I get it apart, I can look at the gasket and find out what the right one is that I need to order. But anyways, first things first, let's start tearing some stuff apart. Alright, well, first things first is gotta pull the shroud off the side of the engine. I already have the quarter panels, or whatever you call them. I guess it's not really a quarter panel, but the big green shroud that would go here, it's already off. So I don't exactly know the process to take that off, but you're gonna have to do that first, of course. So once that's done, there's this shroud on the side of the engine on most tractors. Gonna have to take that off too. Pretty sure it's, well, of course it's not. Yeah, 3/8 bolts here and I think here too. Well, great, that's not 3/8 either. Well, let me find what this one is. This is like a ground strap or something. All I know is when you start the engine and the engine's running and you touch something on there, it'll spark. So I don't know what it is, but yeah, you gotta be careful of that. Probably not a bad idea to pull the negative battery cable off actually, but it'll be fine. This is for demonstration purposes only and entertainment purposes only, so try to do this yourself. Don't kill yourself. So for some reason, this bolt on this ground strap thingy is metric. It's a 10mm. That's kind of odd. So yeah, I gotta pull these bolts off and then from there figure out what I have to do to get to the oil filter adapter. Alright, well, I got all the bolts pulled off now. Definitely remove the negative battery cable before you start this because I started to pull the shroud off and it started zapping. So yeah, I don't know what that is, but it will zap me. Alright, good to go. Alright, so now I guess the next thing to do is to pull the oil filter off. At this point you also want to drain the oil. Oil's already pretty low, so I'm not going to even bother. I'm just going to stick my oil catch can thing underneath in case any more drains out, and it'll be fine, as they say on Cars and Cameras. Alright, well, I got the oil filter off now, and actually let me zoom you in so you can see this. Yeah, alright, here you go. This thing here is the oil filter adapter plate, or whatever it's called. Pretty sure that's exactly what it's called. There's a bolt on top here, and there's this little thing with a wire hooking into it. It should be easy enough to unplug or something. I don't know how that works. But yeah, I need to get that off there too. And then there's a bolt underneath, which is going to be a heck of a job to get at, but you can fit a wrench in there, one of these style wrenches, and kind of wedge it off almost. But it'd be easier if this was out of the way. This is like an oil catch thing, so the oil will come out and not leak down in and make a big mess. I can still get in there and it'll be fine. I can't figure out how to get that off. So I guess next step is to figure out how to unplug this stupid thing and then unbolt it. Alright guys, I got it pulled off and here it is. That's the adapter plate. Went on there like that, right where that's nice and clean. I wiped things off a little, got some of the nasty grease off. It'll be fine, so it's good enough. Here's the old gasket. Yeah, it came apart in pieces and it's really stiff, and it looks almost as if it's been tightened down a few times, and yeah, it's really brittle and it's nasty, so rip in pieces. Here's the new gasket, and it looks like it's a pretty good aftermarket matchup. Good enough for me. Looks like it wants to go on. Yeah, that looks like what it needs to do, so I'm gonna roll with that, and hopefully everything will be okay. Yeah, the bolts came off. You know, it was a job to get the bottom one out. I had to kind of reach in there and do the little chopped finger, finally get it out, but it worked. I could fit a wrench in there. It was all right. It was a 13mm wrench, by the way, is what I fit on it. Ended up fitting on it. I think a 1/2 inch will work too, pretty close together, but I don't know. 13 worked. So, by the way, this little drip pan thing for the oil filter will come off with 8mm bolts on the sides here. Make your job a lot easier if you're trying this yourself. Alright, so now I'm just gonna put it back in, and hopefully everything will work out alright. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, well, got everything bolted up. Got the wire plug back in, by the way. That literally just slid on and off to the right. Got everything bolted up, put back together. Got the new filter back put on. Now I'm just gonna add a little bit of oil and throw the shroud back on. Hopefully there will be no leaks. I really want to use this tractor and haven't been able to for a while because of this, so fingers crossed. As you can see, the 316 now runs like a top, and now it won't leak oil all over the place. I'm glad I finally figured that out, because that's been really keeping us from using that for a long time now. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Be sure and give the video a thumbs up if you did enjoy, and of course comment down below anything you want to comment, any questions you may have. Be sure and go subscribe to see stuff as it comes out, and watch for new videos every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. But again, guys, thanks for watching. You rock. God bless, and have a good one.